6 o'clock here on your Tuesday. Welcome to Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham. Well, hey, let's get you ready for the day with Jenny Power. She's tracking your forecast for you. And Jenny, my goodness, it is feeling like we're in an oven these days. My goodness, summer is here.
Yeah, it definitely is, Tim. And I want to start by showing you this. It's a live look outside through our Silverwood cameras up in Athol, Idaho, where it is a mostly cloudy start to the day today. But what's really cool is the sun is also breaking through. So a really cool sunrise. If you get any nice photos, make sure you send them our way. Currently in Spokane, we're sitting at 67 degrees. It is a mostly cloudy start across much of eastern Washington and North Idaho. As we take a look at other regional start time temperatures, we're at 66 degrees currently in Omak, 59 north to Deer Park. We are at 68 degrees in Ritzville and trending warmest further south that we look. 76 degrees is what we are waking up to in Walla Walla, 72 for Lewiston, Idaho, with some mid-70s down on the Palouse. As we take a look at your current satellite and radar, we can see those clouds across much of the inland northwest. But what I'm also tracking here is some scattered showers moving through central Washington into Wenatchee, and even some showers moving up from the south to Pomeroy, as well as the Camas Prairie and Elsie Valley areas. So a bit of a wet start for those folks further south there. Moving forward, I'm even tracking the chances of some isolated thunderstorms, but the full timing of this here in just a few minutes. Let's get you out the door with what we are seeing out on our roadways through the Spokane areas. Right now, I want to start with what we are seeing out toward I-90 and Arthur for folks that might be traveling into downtown Spokane. Right now, traffic volumes are still on the lower end. Things are moving smoothly. Road conditions are dry through downtown Spokane. Taking a look across the rest of the region here, we are sitting pretty similarly. This is another live look for you at I-90 and Division. No major collisions to report to you so far this morning. Things are moving smoothly. As we take a look at our traffic maps, we are in the green, so you are good to go if you're headed out soon. Tim?
All right, Jenny, time now 6:02. This morning, we are less than 4 months away from the November midterm elections. Idaho voters will decide whether to roll back the state's abortion ban. The Secretary of State's office officially confirmed the Reproductive Freedom and Privacy Act got enough verified signatures. Supporters say if approved, the ballot measure would effectively end Idaho's current abortion ban. Opponents say even if it passes, Idaho's Republican Party has already promised to work to repeal it in the legislative session next year. Meantime, the effort to put medical marijuana before Idaho voters never made the ballot after supporters fell short of gathering enough ballot signatures. Instead, there will be an option to decide who has the ability to legalize marijuana, the legislature or the people. In a matter of hours, starting at 9 this morning, is the 2026 State of the Housing Summit in Spokane. It will focus on housing affordability in the Spokane region. Leaders and experts are expected to work together and explore and find solutions around housing affordability. Today at the Spokane County Commissioners meeting, they are set to vote on 2 items that could impact you. The first would lower demolition fees for people who lost homes or other property in the upriver fire. The county would drop the charges to about $27, along with the state processing fee of $6.50. Demolition fees are expensive. They can cost more than $400. Also, commissioners will be voting on increasing ticket prices at the Spokane County Interstate Fair. The fair says the increased price would help cover operating expenses. If approved, ticket prices would increase by $1 to $2. A Rathdrum man appeared in court on charges of domestic felony injury to a child after police say he admitted to beating his 11-year-old daughter with a belt. KREM 2's Regan Gallo uncovered new details in the case, and we do want to warn you, some of this information may be disturbing.
In Kootenai County Court, a judge set a $500,000 bond for Aaron Dyke, who could face up to 35 years in prison if convicted. A no-contact order was also issued for the victim, Dyke's 7 other children, and the family home. Prosecutors described 2 separate incidents they say caused serious injuries to his 11-year-old daughter, including a most recent alleged incident on July 5th.
As well as an earlier instance of beating her 15 to 20 times with a leather belt, as well as dragging the victim around their living space by her ear in order to direct and control her.
Investigators say it wasn't until July 10th that authorities were called to a location off Highway 41 after Dyke reported his daughter was having a seizure. According to court documents, Dyke was allegedly taking his daughter to the hospital after she showed more signs of illness. Investigators reveal that Dyke allegedly spanked the girl with a belt after accusing her of stealing a watch from a sibling. Documents say she vomited for 5 days afterward and was unable to keep food down. Court records also allege the child suffered extensive bruising, scabs, and kidney failure, requiring emergency dialysis. Now, Rathdrum police report the 11-year-old girl was transported from Kootenai Health to Sacred Heart Medical Center, where authorities say she is now in critical condition. Now, I talked to professionals with Vanessa Behan, an organization that specializes in child abuse prevention and crisis counseling. They talked to me about how the community can help parents and caregivers spot warning signs of child abuse or how to get help before a situation turns into a crisis.
When we know things are going south, if you see a child who has the appearance of abuse and neglect, maybe bruises and injuries that don't look like something would be normal, right? A typical bump on the head because they're a toddler and they run into a countertop or something like that. If things don't look normal, I think asking questions to see if you can provide that support or engagement, and just connect with the family. But if it's serious enough, then there are places you report to. Child Protective Services is an organization that's meant to help families.
That was Regan Gallo reporting. Dyke is currently being held on a $500,000 bond. If convicted, he faces 35 years in prison. Firefighters are watching for hot spots after a brush fire in northeast Spokane. The fire started yesterday on the west side of Little Baldy Mountain. The firefighters with Spokane County Fire District 9 were able to stop the fire from growing. Evacuations for the B&O fire have been lowered to level 1. Get ready. This is in Okanagan County. Keep in mind, some roads are still closed right now. The fire has burned more than 2,700 acres. At last check, it was 95% contained. Okanagan County Emergency Management says at least 3 homes were destroyed. Meantime, the Upper Smith fire near Bonners Ferry has burned about 450 acres. It's still 0% contained. According to the U.S. Forest Service, lightning caused the fire. Smith Creek Road and the Long Canyon Trail are closed for firefighters' access. There are no evacuations at this time. The Greer fire is now 35% contained. The Idaho Department of Land says the fire is about 350 acres. Crews are working on containment lines. There are no evacuations. This morning, a pilot car will be in use along Highway 11. The roadway was shut down over the weekend because of the fire. If you use Highway 11, be prepared for some delays. All right, 6:08, let's get another check of your weather forecast as we get going on this post-Monday. I like to call it a post-Monday. We made it through the hardest day of the week for some.
That we did, yes, Tim. And if you are a fan of warm summer-like temperatures, the good news is we are going to see another round of that. Yes, that's right. Highs in Spokane reaching 93 degrees. But it is cooler over in North Idaho this afternoon with highs reaching the low 80s for Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint, and Bonners Ferry. We're even looking at some upper 70s in St. Mary's. Warmest, of course, south to Richland and the Tri-Cities, where there we are topping off at 97 degrees. Moving forward, it is a cloudy start to the day today, and we're watching for this band of rain moving up from the south across southeast Washington and through the Camas Prairie area, gradually making its way over into western Montana. But it's been leading to a few sprinkles this morning. Moving forward, we are in for a longer stretch of highs in the 90s through our extended forecast. And in this hot weather, it can be difficult to keep your house cool. So here are some ways that might help to lower the temperature inside. In the summer months, your home can quickly heat up. To reduce temperatures, experts say to close your blinds and curtains during the day. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, 76% of the sunlight that hits a standard double-pane window turns into heat. Turn your blinds upward or close them all the way to reduce the amount of heat coming into your home. The lighter the window treatment, the better. And in cases of extreme emergency heat, FEMA recommends putting aluminum foil-covered cardboard over your windows to reflect the sun's rays.
Some new artwork is coming to downtown Spokane, and the team working on it will start those efforts here in just a couple of hours. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones live now with the details. So Brandon, this mural is going to be pretty cool, and it has such a meaningful message. Tell us more about it. Good morning.
Good morning, Tim. No, that's exactly right. And oftentimes when we see a piece of art, there's a story, there's a message that lies underneath it. And that's no different for what's eventually going to be placed right here on this wall of downtown Spokane. You might be able to see the outline for it right now. So in just a few hours, this team from Spokane Hilliard, they're going to come out here. They're going to start filling it in, painting it, bringing it ultimately to life. And again, that deeper message underneath it, it's all about prevention overdose prevention. That is just an honor to, pay respects to people who may have overdosed and pay respects to those families as well. So again, this is a group from Hilliard, Spokane, and according to the Spokane Regional Health District, 79 people this year alone have already died from a drug overdose in Spokane County. Again, those individuals, they could have been a family member, a friend, a sister, whoever it may have been. They had a story though, and that's the motivation a little bit behind this project, preventing overdoses and letting those know who may be dealing with a drug issue that they aren't alone.
Friends for life, a lot of the idea of prevention is taking care of your friends and the people around you, and being in community. And the mural itself is of friends hanging out and being in community and helping protect their friends. Just by living life together.
Community and taking care of those around you. This team of artists through the Hilliard Mural Apprenticeship will be here near the Red Robin downtown painting the mural. It's going to be a full day for them. They're going to be out here from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. So we'll get a chance to speak with some of those organizers and some of those artists as they start arriving here in just a few hours. And then later in the day, we're getting a full report from KREM 2's Christian Garza about what this mural and this project means to the organizers. For now, though, reporting live here in downtown Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
All right, so that leads to our wake-up call question of the morning. It's all about artwork. With that mural being installed in downtown Spokane, we thought it'd be fun to have you send in your artwork. It could be a painting, it could be maybe a hat that you designed, or some sort of sweet treat by Christy. That looks amazing. And look at that koi fish painting, beautiful. Well, let's see your artwork. We'd love to see it. Text us at 509-448-2000. Your artwork might be displayed right here on the show.